Hello there, Andromeda Initiates. Yes, indeed, there is more Mass Effect Andromeda stuff. We're a couple days after it. I still haven't seen the big-ass, fancy, apparently there's gameplay trailer. I've been very fortunate. The people on my team have been handling all that stuff. Haven't been able to see it, but I do know that there is another Mass Effect Andromeda Initiative briefing. You can find these online, as you can see here, and we did the first one and people really liked it. Kind of take us through exactly what was there. So this is the first time me seeing this. So all you out there that wanted it, it's coming right at you. We're going to begin the briefing for, we already did the welcome orientation. Let's watch the briefing of Arks and Nexus. Introduction to the Ark and Nexus. Understand the roles each will play in our journey to the Andromeda Galaxy and mission upon arrival. Here we go. Oh, that's Avina, yeah. Avina! She is a virtual intelligence program designed to answer questions and provide guidance and insight on current events. Gotta love Avina. Appears as a hologram, always taking the form of an Asari, one of the races found in the Milky Way galaxy, and will be accessible at several terminals throughout the Nexus. With a limited capacity for discourse, Avina is more suited to offering information rather than opinions. I wonder if they're trying to say, like, this is what it was like on the Citadel, trying to replicate that in their new engine. Could be. Although, from how they described what the Andromeda Initiative is, it seems very unlikely that they would be able to use the proprietary software of the Citadel and, you know, the Presidium and that corporation. It's kind of like if you went on an airplane and you spoke with Siri as you tried to, you know, use your technology. It's not something that probably would happen, but maybe there's different laws and regulations, you know, about how many years from now? 200 or so years from now? All right, let's keep watching. I'm an asshole. Here we go.
Resource and guide for the duration of
Holy
this
cow.
Inspired by the Milky Way Citadel, the Nexus is a smaller, streamlined space station designed to serve as your central support hub.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Andromeda. The Nexus will carry with it a contingent of officials, engineers, traders, and security personnel.
So who thinks the
on
Nexus
voyage
blows
to
up?
Andromeda.
Anyone?
All
Maybe?
remaining humans will travel together, 20,000 strong, on
Ooh,
Ark
what's this?
Hyperion.
The Ark Hyperion. Hyperion represents one of the several arcs designed for the Andromeda Initiative's mission. While its support staff is comprised of a variety of Milky Way races, Hyperion is primarily responsible for the transport of human colonists to Andromeda. At more than 1.5 kilometers long and weighing 17 million metric tons, Hyperion and its sister arcs rank among the largest starships in the galaxy. Hyperion is currently in the final stages of construction within the moon's orbits. I think we just saw Hyperion in space, so don't think that is accurate. Also, isn't it odd that the Nexus, it said this is one of the largest starships in the galaxy, but the Nexus was just above it. Looks a lot bigger. Man, people are terrible. Here it is. Looks pretty. Some Citadel design there. We're going to be walking up and down that tunnel. Man, what if that is, look at this right here. What if that is the equivalency of the elevator in Mass Effect? What if this image, before we even know, is going to be that ingrained in our mind? What if it has the same music? That's all I want to say. Hyperion. Okay, let's go. Let's continue.
Even with faster than light travel,
Oh,
it would
that's
still
cool.
take several human lifetimes to cover the 2.5
They do their
million
science,
light
you know,
years to their
relatively well.
destination. Survival will be made possible by spending the majority of this voyage
Oh,
in
man.
cryostasis, protected beneath the
Ooh.
Mass Effect shields generated
Let's
by
learn
your
about
pods.
Mass Effect fields. The Mass Effect represents the scientific principle and basis behind most technology in the known galaxy. Mass Effect fields are created through the use of element zero, which can increase or decrease the mass of space-time when subjected to an electrical current via dark energy. In space, Mass Effect fields have implications in everything from faster-than-light travel to the creation of shields used to protect starships to cryostasis pods. Interesting. Allowing a person to survive in suspended state for extended voyages. Here we go. Now that looks like the Fallout 4 cryopod. Am I right? Technology hasn't changed? Yep, that's what that is. And hey, we got the SR2. I get... Oh. Yeah, interesting. It's interesting they chose that, considering when they're leaving. Okay, let's continue.
As you travel to the edges
This is
of the
cool,
known
though.
galaxy, a small escort of
This is really
combat
cool.
pilots will defend us from any threats.
Oh, what do we got?
Once we cross into
Sign in to unlock. What do you think? Is it Odyssey or ODSY? I'm going to go Odyssey. I do apologize, but it's incorrect. Mac Walters, don't kill me. The Odyssey Drive system. With the Arks unable to refuel by traditional means in dark space, the journey to Andromeda is only made possible by the Odyssey Drive system. The Odyssey Drive is a massive experimental drive core specifically designed for this transgalactic voyage. It is capable of recycling static energy that would typically cause a starship to explode, instead storing it to power the Ark's primary systems. Clever. I feel like that was some of the technology that I got a glimpse in my head of Tally saying that to Shepard when describing the Normandy and its stealth capabilities. Just something like that, of it grabbing the excess static energy. There you go. Confirmed, Tally is in this. Okay. Meanwhile, an electromagnetic ram scoop will gather hydrogen from the Ark's surroundings, converting it into fuel as needed. So again, very, very cool. Oh! Now that looks a lot like a Death Star. That looks like something that will talk to you. Or will blow up at some point. Putting my money right now that at some point in the game we will have to run towards this with flashing red lights. It's going to happen. Alright, let's continue.
we'll be alone with only our kinetic barriers to shield us during our centuries-long
cool.
journey. Once in Andromeda, the Nexus and Arks will rendezvous
man,
in the
that's
Helios
cool.
cluster, and operations will commence immediately. While the Nexus will be largely functional at launch, many elements of its construction are only scheduled for completion upon arrival.
Oh, that's
at our
definitely
destination.
foreboding.
Docked to the
So yeah,
Nexus,
some parts of the Nexus will not be completed, and we have to do it there, kind of meaning that things will not be completed, setting the missions ahead of what you have to do, starting to realize that you explore all these new places. I see some plot development here. I see where they're going to be sending you. Maybe that's where your papa dies in the very first one. Maybe you're surprised because okay, here's a prophecy. Exactly what I said. Everything goes according to plan. You need to go to the first few tutorial places to experience the world. As you're experiencing the world, you start to see that people are already here. That's why we saw some of the tribal Krogans that have been established. Divergent kind of evolutionary patterns. No? Maybe. I think so. Okay, let's continue.
Arks will provide additional power and storage to the station. You will be revived and assigned
that's cool.
quarters in one of the residential blocks for a short time as our immigration staff assist you in
that's so
choosing a
neat.
new homeworld. Until the Pathfinders have completed
The
securing
Tempest,
these
so
habitats,
pretty.
The Nexus will offer many.
Well, they talked about that they're securing habitats. That's your role. So I'm buying the idea that we're gonna all of a sudden find out that the Krogans are here in some capacity. That could give a good explanation as to why some of these species look a little bit different, beyond just the fact that you have a new engine.
Distractions. The archives in the culture.
We already did this. Yes, we did Mass Effect Field, Avena, Ark Hyperion, Nexus.
Center house the combined history of the many Milky Way species.
Oh,
and
that's
will
cool.
assist new races encountered in learning about our galaxy
I like
and
that.
its past. Lush
Okay, saw that.
hydroponics gardens are available for a quiet
Ooh.
stay. Or you can also take the opportunity to socialize with a visit to
Oh,
the
Cora's Den, anyone?
Desired off-
A little bit? No? Nothing? Oh, what do we
The
got?
operations center-
Nexus leadership. Here we go. We got some names of some people. This is exciting. Director of Colonial Affairs, Foster Addison. That is an incredible name. That is like Atticus Finch. That's what it reminds me of. Foster Addison oversees all colonization logistics for the Andromeda Initiative, making sure all settlements are up and running and colonists have a place to live. There she is. Redhead, looks like Irish woman with an accent. Let's go with that. Next up, Nexus Superintendent Nakmor Kesh. Nakmor Kesh is a female Krogan. Whoa! I don't know, beyond Dead Ones, if we saw any female Krogan except for Eve in the Mass Effect series. I don't think so. That's pretty cool. Is a female Krogan, part of the core team of station engineers who built the Nexus. Her contributions during the mission include station upkeep and ensuring all facilities remain in working order. So she's kind of the brain behind it a little bit. Kind of maybe a Morden motif on a Rex exterior. Kind of good? No? Let's check her out. What does she look like? Neat, cool. Already see some differences in what they're doing with the gloves, and she has the same kind of headgear. That's yeah, that's neat. Another woman too. Nexus Security, Sloan Kelly. Sloan Kelly is an Alliance-trained soldier and responsible for all security initiatives aboard the Nexus upon arrival in Andromeda. So she's like a Bailey character, I guess, from the Citadel. There's Sloan Kelly, a black woman. Okay, so this is something I wanted to touch on. As a white man talking about this seems very reasonable. No, I understand already. Preface. I hope that this is not an example of tokenism, where instead of writing and developing compelling, interesting, evocative, and powerful stories for different characters of different genders, Bioware is kind of known as the one that, like, we try to give women a voice. You know, we try and do things that are very, very progressive. So for the first time maybe ever in a video game, all of the leadership, for no real narrative reason, because sometimes it's done in the narrative, like it's run by a certain sex, but all of the leadership, I think even including the person that started the initiative, are women in some capacity. And women of color, a female Krogan, and the most common of the bunch, a redheaded white woman. So I'm hoping that, testy stuff too, that this is not tokenism, that it's just being brought in to kind of kowtow to people that expect that. Like me, I appreciate that. I've talked so much about Krem on this channel, from Dragon Age Inquisition and how powerful that is. They didn't really show us that beforehand, though. As much as it was great, they didn't take time to say, wow, look what we're doing. We discovered it on our own. I'm a little bit worried that this new team, because they're missing some of the great voices that developed some of these powerful characters, these female characters. Tally isn't, the writer of Tally isn't on this, and other characters like that. I'm hoping that they didn't just bring them in to shut people like me up. So we will have to see. And granted, I could be completely incorrect, and this is wonderful, but just a thought I had.
Will oversee security and management of the entire station, housing everything from
this is pretty clever, though.
to Pathfinder
It looks like this is on... Oh, it is. Yeah, it's on your front navigation thing that the Pathfinder was looking at.
To investigate their discoveries as they begin to unlock the secrets.
We got some Solarian. Oh, cool. Wow, that looks beautiful. I really like that. Interesting. Oh, wow. I never... Did everyone else know that? Is that just me that wasn't aware that that was the thing? Okay, pretty cool. That was the Ark and Nexus completed. Andromeda and briefing, initiative briefing, part 2. Overall, still giving us that great lore. It's always great to get a bit of a lore boost. Some indication of maybe where the plot's going to go. Giving those hints that the Nexus kind of needs your help to build and continue. So I could see that as being the impetus to go on different planets and to push it. I'm still calling now that the like Bone Krogans and the other stuff like that we've seen is due to races already being there and they don't know why. That could be why some places are already so tribal. Because if you think about it, if you're coming to this new galaxy and you're introducing these new races, there's no real reason why they would cling to tribalism so quickly. You know, if there was a new Krogan family brought there, they wouldn't just put bones and have them in these culturally significant ways immediately. So I'm thinking that. Could be wrong. Again, the tokenism issue, I hope that, you know, they do great stories like this. But no, this is cool. This is, you're starting to see how they're crafting it. You always like those exploration journeys. And I hope it truly is one. Let's see some new species. Can't wait to see what they do next. And, of course, can't wait to say this big-ass trailer. If you haven't seen it yet, I also was crying when I watched the Last of Us 2 trailer. A little embarrassed about that. You can check that out as well. More Mass Effect stuff coming. Some secret stuff coming in the next little while. Maybe some interviews. Shh, it could be coming. Thank you guys. If you made it this far, congratulations. Talk to you later.